Hello, ARRL members and readers worldwide. I'm Dave Kassler, amateur radio call sign KE0OG, and this is the special video to accompany the February 2022 edition of Ask Dave, the column that's in the middle of the magazine. The question was originally from Jim, KJ3P, who asks, I have a commercially made balun in my junk box that I once used for a while and would like to again, but the label has faded. It's either 1-to-1 or 4-to-1. Is there any test I can do to find out? And the answer is absolutely, there certainly is, and it probably involves equipment that you already have in your ham shack. Let me show you what we have here in the way of equipment. I've got a simple multimeter, the balun under test, an antenna analyzer, little battery to run the antenna analyzer, and a piece of coax between the antenna analyzer and the balun, okay? Now what we're going to do is very simple. We're going to put a load across here and measure the impedance at various frequencies here. So let's take a resistor and we'll check it with the multimeter, okay? Let's get down here on the multimeter. This is the resistor right here, and we're going to go like this and find out it's 219 ohms, okay? So if this is 220 ohms here, it should be a quarter of that over here, or about 55 ohms. And we'll see about that. So I'm going to put this on here and over on here. Okay, so you can see that that resistor has been placed across the output terminals of this voltage balun. And let's see what we get over here. We'll turn the power on. Okay, come down in on it so you can see it. It's 54 ohms, almost 55. There, if we just change the frequency a little bit, it's 55 ohms. Okay, so if it's 55 here and 220 here, clearly this is a 4-to-1 balun. Okay, let's try it with a different resistor. This resistor is 99.5 ohms, just half an ohm off 100, okay? So let's put that over here across these two. All right, so we have this 100 ohm resistor right here. Well, if it's a 4-to-1 balun, then the resistance here will be around 25 ohms. And if it's a 1-to-1 balun, then we should see 100 ohms here. And what we see is 27. If we just change the frequency here a little bit, we'll actually get down to 25. Now I want you to notice the 6 right there on the X. There is a little bit of reactance in this. Obviously the resistor has no or negligible reactance, but the balun is made of a coil. It's a coil wrapped around a ferrite core in a transformer fashion. And what we're seeing here is a little bit of phase shift of the transformer to the output here. And that's simply because it's a transformer, okay? So there we have it. That's the simple way to do it. You just need to make sure that your resistor is the ohmage that you think it is. Attach it across the output of the balun, and then check with your multimeter at a fairly low frequency, because as you go up in frequency, the reactive components start to get more involved here, and you get slightly different results. But somewhere down on the 160 meter band seems to work just fine. So what we have done is use pieces of or objects that are found in most ham shacks: a multimeter, a antenna tuner, and a couple resistors. If you don't have the resistors, you can just use your dummy load. Okay, and very quickly we determine the impedance ratio of the balun. And we learn, as is true in most things, amateur radio test equipment is not lab quality because we couldn't afford it if it were. And so it's close. And in this case, close enough we know that this is a 4-to-1 balun. So there you have it. And I'll see you next month with the video for the March 2022 Ask Dave column. Until then, 73.